Let's start working on our two first groups, how to build plural of adjectives. Do you remember the first one? The endings. The endings were I and oi. I and oi. And as I already told you, those are the endings as they will come in the adjectives from the dictionary. Basically the adjectives which will describe masculine nouns. Masculine nouns. And the ending for plural would be I. I is the plural ending for those nouns. Basically your procedure, if you know the masculine form of an adjective and you derive basically the feminine and the neutral, and in plural you would place I in the ending instead of these two endings. But I will also give you the general structure for all possible gender endings. So let's work with our example, the first one example, with новый. So новый was new, новый, and let's take it for masculine, feminine, and neutral. New home, новый дом, новый дом. For feminine, what would change in the ending? So first let's decide about the noun. Let's take машина is car. Машина, машина ending a, meaning it's feminine. Dom ends in consonant, meaning it's masculine. So машина новая. Новая. Новая машина. И becomes ая for feminine. And for neutral, новое. 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 And let's take окно, window. Окно. By now we already know this. By now we actually had exactly the same example in adjustment of adjectives to the gender of noun. But it's good to repeat it over and over again. So окно ends in o, meaning it's neutral. So how would we say the plural of these words? First, let's build a plural of nouns. This is very important to be able to do this. Dom. Dom is masculine, ends in consonant. So the rule for building the plural, we're adding the ending a. Дома. Дома. It's a plural of dom. So again, dom ends in consonant. It can only be masculine. If we get masculine word ending in consonant, then we end it with a. This way we will have a plural of house, of home. Dom, дома. And as we learned already, as we already know, we need to replace I with ие. So новые. Новые. Новый, the ending I is replaced with ие. And now we get grammatically correct form of description for plural of houses. Новые дома. New homes, new houses. Новые дома. Машина. Can you remember how to build a plural of машина? Машина ends in a, and the feminine words which are ending in a, we just need to replace a with I. If you cannot remember this, go to the plural section, basically 5 lessons earlier. Машины. Машины. A is replaced with I. This way we'll have a plural of car. So any word which ends in a, which is feminine, we need to replace a with I. Машина, машины. Картина, картины. Painting, paintings. Картина. And new, try to build it by yourself. Here we got новая. Ending is not I or oi, but I and oi is referring only to the masculine. So if we get novaya, we need to derive the masculine form of this. So basically we need to know the masculine form. And from novaya is novy. And then we know that we need to put I. Novые. Новые. Новые машины. And for окно, окно is neutral ending in o. So we already know the rule. We need to replace o with a. Окна. Окна. Окна, windows. O becomes a for plural. And for new, we get новое окно. Again, we need to remember новый and I replaced with I. Новые. Новые. Новые окна. So how your brain works? I assume your brain won't work this way. So you won't have the chains of rules applied in your head. But I assume and I know that your brain will work following way. Your brain will recognize the patterns. Your brain will recognize the patterns of Russian language, assuming you will have some experience in Russian language. And your brain will recognize, well, we got ending I, aya, and oya. Endings I, aya, and oya on adjectives, and let's replace these endings in plural with iya. So this is the general rule of how to manipulate the adjectives to get a plural of adjective out of them. So I, aya, oya becomes iya. So and let's take one example with oi. With oi, let's take gold, golden. Again, masculine, feminine, and neutral. Золотой is golden. Золотой. So золото is gold. Золотой is golden. And the first one, let's take браслет. Браслет is bracelet. Браслет. Золотой браслет. And you can hear браслет, bracelet, it's a cognate. The word with the same meaning and the same sound in English and in Russian. We already know quite few of them. If you want to repeat them, I would highly suggest to you go back to the section of cognates and repeat them. Just watch 2 movies. It will take you maybe how long? 40 minutes, and you will straight away remember 200 or maybe even 250 words which are same in English and in Russian. And at this point, they're becoming quite useful. Especially you can also exercise for yourself. You can try to distinguish the gender and try to use them with adjectives. There are also some adjectives which you can use with some nouns. So just go back to the section of cognates. Well, we got золотой браслет. Браслет ends in consonant. It is masculine. It can only be masculine. Do you remember how to make plural out of masculine words ending in consonant? Well, we get several rules for this. So here we need to end it with браслеты. Браслеты. It is difficult. I understand, and I can I'm empathizing with you and sympathizing with you. Дом, дома, браслет, браслеты. What is going on here? I would suggest you go to the plural section. So basically 5 or 6 lessons earlier, you will have the perfect explanation for this fact. However, here, how would we build plural of золотой? Basically, we'll need to replace ой with ые. Золотые. Золотые. Золотые браслеты. So golden bracelets. So we got the plural of bracelet, and золотые is the plural of adjective золотой. So now let's make feminine form of золотой. Basically, we need to replace ой with ая. Золотая. Золотая. If we get endings I or oi on adjectives, the endings in feminine and neutral, they will be the same. So, новый, новая, новая, золотой, золотая, золотое. So, золотая – медаль. Медаль is medal. Again, cognate. Same word in English and in Russian. Sounds approximately the same, got absolutely the same meaning. Золотая медаль. Медаль. Золотая медаль. For медаль, the plural would be медали. Медали. And accordingly, the plural of adjective would be золотые. Exactly the same. Because we know that золотая, in the masculine form, it will have ending ой, and then it will become ending ые in the plural. Золотые медали. And for neutral, again, try to establish the neutral form of adjective. Новый, новая, новое, золотой, золотая, золотое. 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 What can be golden? Золотое кольцо. Кольцо is ring. Кольцо. Золотое кольцо. Golden ring. What would be the plural of кольцо? Here you can use this pattern. So, окно, окна. O is replaced with a. Кольцо. Again, we get ending o. So we replace it with a. Кольца. Кольца. And for golden, золотое will become золотые. Золотые кольца. So now let's work on a general rule. So we get masculine, feminine, and neutral. The endings would be ой, ая, and ое. And in plural, the endings will all become ые. So you can see золотой becomes золотые, золотая, золотые, and золотое, золотые. And just for you to see them parallel one to each other, let's take also ending ый. Ый. Feminine ending repeats itself. Easy. Neutral ending repeats itself. Easy. And plural ending repeats itself. So, ый, ая, ое. So, basically, these adjectives are quite easy to memorize, to use